So the next thing I want to do is I want to add a text into my background here. And to do that, I need to go over to the type tool here, and you'll see it's got a little A on there. It's called type tool when you scroll over it. And I want to select that. And when I click the type tool, it's got this little type text box. I'm going to say smoking kills. And you can't see it on my screen here because the color at the moment is the same as my background. So I'm going to change that to something that's a good contrasting color. We're going to go with white. We can change this later if we like. I also want to make sure that the size is maximum at the moment. I'm going to go for a bold. Always remember to go with something that's a nice easy sans serif font. And this is a pretty good one at the moment, Verdian, but there's many other ones that you can select from. And I'm going to go ahead and say OK. Now if I go to my move tool, I can click and move that around, ensuring that I'm on the right layer. But if I want to make this bigger, what I need to do is I need to rasterize this layer. So if I go over to my layers here and I right click on it and I go to rasterize layer, what it does is it turns the text into an image. So if I go free transform again, so resizing, I can now adjust the size of it to fit in my canvas here, and I could make it so like this, maybe make it a bit taller, fill out my page a little bit better. Alright. And when I'm happy with that, I press on the move tool again and I'll say yes, apply. And at the moment it's on the top layer. If I put that behind my hand layer and I pull it down here, you'll be able to see it sits behind the hand there. I can adjust that however I like, and that's how you create a text. What you can do is you can also, if you go to your text layer here and right click on it, you can do some layer styles. So if I click on layer style, I can adjust a couple of things. I can put in a drop shadow, make it stand out a little bit more, and if I select there, I've got some options here. I can reduce the opacity of that drop shadow, make the distance bigger, the different angles, right? The size, that affects how fuzzy or sharp it is, and the color as well I can adjust here. Sometimes a good drop shadow is actually a dark version of what your background is rather than a solid black. So I'm going to go like a dark red here and say OK. That gives a little bit more of a realistic shadow there. You've also got some things like an outer glow here, which is a really good one too. And that's a really good one, especially if you've got a lot of information in the background and you want your text to stand out. But I'm going to stick with this at the moment. And there you go, text and editing to it.